Okay, this is going to be a tour of the Holiday Inn at Janzen Beach. When you drive in, you're going to either, if you're in Event Center A or B, you'll load in through the front. If you are in the larger ballroom, like the Grand Ballroom, which is over there, or downstairs in the St. Helens Ballroom, I'll show you how to get there. Once you're all done and set up, there's plenty of parking, as you can see in this parking lot. And there's a lot of pull-through or drive-through spots too. So if you have a trailer, you can easily just drive in and park. So parking should not be an issue here. So I would say traffic will probably be your biggest issue. So now I'll show you how to get to the load-in spots. Okay, and so if you just want to go to where the load-in is for the Grand Ballroom and St. Helens room, you're just going to drive this way. And you see where these guys are blowing leaves and stuff right here. You'll make a right and you cut through the back there, and you'll see a red wall. No, you'll see the actually, it looks like we should be able to get all the way around. Here we go. All right, so they obviously don't want people to come down it. It's a cool view. Obviously, I mentioned that earlier. You'll drive down this way. Make sure you drive slow too. So the load-in for the Grand Ballroom is right here. Remember, you cannot drive up that ramp, but you can put your car backed up to the back of it and then just take a cart and go up and down it. But you can load into the Grand Ballroom from there. And then to get to the, what's it called? St. Helens room, go down here. And St. Helens room is right up front there. I don't know if you can see my finger, but right there. So you can pull your car up actually right on the cement right next to it, so you don't park in the fire lane because it is a fire lane. But you can park right there. Another option too is you can pull up right over here and back right up. If you didn't like that spot, you can back right in here and see those double doors right there. The ones on the right go straight into the ballroom. The ones on the left go into the mezzanine or the hallway there. Okay. And then when you back out like this, back the other way. Go back around this way. Get an amazing view of Mount Hood on a day like today. It's a little hazy there, but still amazing. You go all the way around. This is where you're going to be able to find your parking at. And if that chain is up, then you can ask someone to remove it. But you can also go back out the fire lane that you came in. And then this is where you'll go and find a parking spot somewhere out front here, and then go back in the main entrance once you get all your stuff unloaded, and you will be all set, and you should see the main entrance here shortly. Back where we started, and then FYI too, there, just so you can see, this is the little drive-up area for the Event Center A and B. You just get out, park right here for a minute, unload your stuff, and take the cart up, and then you should be all set. Okay. So this is the Grand Ballroom at the Holiday Inn on the waterfront over in Janzen Beach. It's a ginormous room, 18,000 feet, or 18,000 square feet, sorry, of space. A particular event we're doing is going to be like 800 people sitting in tables, all seated. So it is definitely ginormous. You can see this beautiful view of the river from here. So that's kind of fun, and that's just more the recreational side that doesn't really affect your job, but I want you to see it because it's pretty amazing. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? All right. And then in terms of setup, the DJ a lot of times is over in this corner, and I'll show you where. But they also have partitions that can go all the way across, so you can see them on the ceiling. And there's also a partition over there. So there's definitely space to divide this room up if ever needed. So keep that in mind. So it's all about, we'll find out, when we do events here, is it gonna be divided or not? In terms of where the DJ sets up, there's definitely lots of power throughout the room. Something to notice, this is where their in-house area for speakers and all that kind of stuff, as well as lights. They do have an in-house system that we can use for background music and announcements. But so these would be the outlets that you'd utilize, and probably have you set up close to here, so that way we can hook into their patch in their audio system. But it is definitely large. And then I'm gonna go show you where load in is, so you can see. We're gonna head over to these doors here. Okay, so if you went out these doors right over here, there's this fire lane, like wraps all the way around the building, goes underneath the bridge. So when you come up to the front of the building, you'll make a left, and you'll go all the way around, and then you'll end up making a right around the building, right by the bridge, and then come over here, and there's a loading dock right here, and you can easily get right up there. And just so you know, you are not allowed to drive up this ramp here. It is only for loading purposes only. So if you were to want to pull your gear up on a cart, use the ramp for that, sure, but not to drive your vehicle actually on it, okay? All right, so there is this outside area here real quick. So you can see it. It is a balcony. It's a beautiful view, but they don't allow amplified music here. So you don't have to worry about speakers here. But just so you're aware, if for some reason a customer ever asks, hey, let's set some speakers up out here, we're not allowed to do that. So you just enjoy the nature and the weed whacker there. Just kidding. Okay, so we're gonna do the Mount St. Helens Ballroom load-in dock. So that area there is the Grand Ballroom, was load-in up there. But if you keep going down the Fire Lane Road, it will come straight across into here. Now, the nice thing is there's actually a spot where you can actually drive up and load. See how the ground is flat there, so you can easily just drive your car up here and pull it up next to one of these doors, and whenever you're gonna load in, you can just easily load into the space. So makes load in so nice and easy. If you need to go back in and say this is blocked off and you can't get in here, maybe there's tables and whatnot, you can also keep driving around, and there is a little corner. You go around that corner edge and you can load in through the doors right there. So and then just pop your hatch of your vehicle here. Now if you have a trailer, I would say this is probably the better option, because then you can at least back it in easily. So that is something to keep in mind. This is a fun space. It'd be nice to do big events again. So this is the St. Helens room. Mind you, it's divided in half right now because there's a meeting in the other space, but I don't think it's necessary for you to see both sides. It gives you an idea. Just picture a room double the size. DJ can kind of set up anywhere, but in one particular event we're doing soon, the dance floor is going to be in the center, and then DJ will be set up over here. What's the capacity in this room?
It's about 9,000 square feet, and
so
we can do per section about 120.
120, okay. And then standing Like 300, is that what we're thinking?
About 450 is what
450.
they're telling me.
Okay, 450. So this will be room space will be about 450 people. But load in will be so much easier than what I was imagining. So I think everyone will be game to do this. So awesome. All right, so if you're doing conference room or event room A or B, you can just load up, drive up here, around here, park here, and then take your gear, put it on a cart, or and if your own cart or the hotel's cart, and load it up this ramp. Come up here, around there, and go up in here, and you'll go straight back. You go straight back. Event room A is going to be on your left, and B will be on your right. So A is right there, and B is right there. So depending on where gig you're doing, or you'll see event center A, sorry, and event center B. And then if you happen to need to get downstairs and not using the load in from the back for some reason, there's an elevator here and you can go downstairs with that. Restrooms are over there, and there's plenty of parking out front. Carts are way over there. Okay, so this is Event Center A. This is the one room that has a bar in it. The bar is right there. You can see, once again, another beautiful view of the riverfront. In terms of DJ setup, the DJs either set up right here in front of these screens, which, by the way, the screens do have the ability to do one whole image on there or set them all separately. So if we did, like, you know, some pictures of the couple scrolling through, or if a videographer did a early edit, you can actually put it in here. And they do have speakers up there, so you can use in-house if we needed to for that. I'm not sure what the costs are on that, but I can find that out. And then power outlet right there on the wall, so you probably just run the power across. And then if for some reason you ever have a photo booth, this would be another good option right here for it. So there's power right in front. Right, so if you're in event space A, there's also event space B, and they can connect. So you may do a corporate event here. If that's the case, a lot of times they'll be open. If it's a wedding, a lot of times they'll be closed. It potentially could be both. But anyway, just so you know, you can easily walk through there. The space is a little bit bigger. They don't have the built-in bar, but they do have, they'll build a banquet bar. They do have in-house speakers hanging from the ceiling, as you can see. And they are good quality speakers for those of you who want to know. Look at their QSCs, so you will be happy if you ever do utilize them. Once again, there's another big screen here. That thing can be divided up in quarters or do it all in one. There's plenty of outlets on the walls. One there. There is one right there. Water station. I don't know if there's any on the floor. I didn't check that. Yeah, there's, okay. Okay, all right. So lots of hidden power too. So they'll work with you. And this event space is going to be something that you would come into the main entrance to load in, and I'll do a video of that later.